those.
Speaking of big-time wide receivers, can we talk about
Yes.
the fact that the Browns and Andrew Berry pulled off what I would feel like is one of the heists of the century, trading Jerry Jeudy for a fifth and a sixth.
Yep.
We got Jerry Jeudy for a fifth rounder and a sixth rounder, and Andrew Berry once again shows that the draft is not the only way to build a football team.
Yeah, and I am giddy, no Josh, about this Jerry Jeudy trade because he is an absolute dude. I'm telling you right now, like everybody, Tony's trying not to laugh. You can let it out. Um, everybody's
Oh,
sitting
you
here.
said that.
Everybody's sitting here talking about how Jerry Jeudy, like people are saying, oh, he's not good. He's not a good receiver. Let me tell you something. This is a guy who's a Blitnikoff winner in college. He was the best receiver at the time on the same receiver room as, sorry to bring him up, but Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. Like Jerry Jeudy was the number one. This guy is somebody who never broke out. He's been a disappointment. He was the 15th overall pick, but he's had Drew Lock throwing to him, Russell Wilson at this point in his career throwing to him. I'm trying to think who else they have there. Like just a horrible list of quarterbacks throwing to him,
Yep.
offensive changes, coaching changes. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be a great move for the Browns. You trade a fifth and a sixth round pick for a guy who's turning 25 years old next month, former 15th overall pick, a guy who has elite potential, not just good, elite potential, a guy who ran a 4.4, he's fast, we need some speed, problem solved there. He's one of the best route runners in the NFL. That's a great addition. And you pair him with a guy in Amari Cooper who is the closest thing you could say. I mean, Jerry Jeudy is, in my opinion, a younger, faster Amari Cooper. And if that's what the Browns are getting, which I believe that's what we are getting, you have your number one receiver for years to come. And on the flip side of it, if I'm wrong, and everybody who says he sucks and can't play football is for whatever reason correct, well, guess what? You traded a fifth and a sixth, and you don't have to keep him past this year. So I see literally no negatives with this Jerry Jeudy trade. I think this is the most low risk, extremely high reward of a trade I think that Andrew Berry has made. Tony, Browns trade for Jerry Jeudy. He's wearing number 3, which I like that. Not that it
Yep.
matters, but it's cool. What did you think of it?
Stellar trade, like I said. Once again, Andrew Berry kind of flexes his muscles and shows that, a lot of people can say Andrew Berry doesn't draft well, blah, 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 blah. John Dorsey was better at drafting. Maybe that's true, but again, the draft is not the only way to build a football team. The draft is for rebuilding football teams. We are an established football team. We're making moves to continue winning games, not trying to win games. We're a contender now. This is not the 2000s where it's like, oh boy, can't wait to see what quarterback we draft at number 3
Mm-hmm.
again. We're building a winning team. We have a winning formula, and we're just adding to it. And Jerry Jeudy was a missing piece. Love Cedric Tillman. All respect to David Bell, but they're not Jerry Jeudy. Had to
Yeah.
get a bona fide number 2 in there. Elijah Moore's been a disappointment. Jakeem Grant's leg kept giving out on him.
Yeah.
So we brought in Naheem Hines, speaking of kick returners. And then, Jerry Jeudy, great move. Love it. I hope we can finish off a strong free agency and add some pieces on the defense. I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as the Jerry Jeudy move is concerned, I love it. Huge fan. Was happy when it came out. And the price we got him for, amazing deal.
Absolutely.
So speaking of progressing, let's talk about how Jerry Jeudy impacts the Cleveland Browns. We'll touch on this subject again. Derek, if you'd like to kick it off, by all means, go right ahead.
All right. Yeah. So, I think the biggest thing for the Browns coming into this offseason was without a doubt, figure out wide receiver 2. Because last year, Elijah Moore was fine. Amari Cooper was great. David Njoku was great. But we didn't really see a whole lot of production, at least not what we were hoping for, out of either Elijah Moore, certainly not Cedric Tillman after the DPJ trade, and David Bell. He was fine. Everybody keeps holding on to hope that he's great. He was okay when he was on the field. But Jerry Jeudy, what this does is a couple things. A, talking about the future here, it gives the Browns flexibility when it comes to the draft. You're no longer tied down to picking a certain position, with your first selection. However, will they go receiver? Certainly still a possibility. I mean, you have 3 receivers now with Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, and Elijah Moore, all of them on their last year of their deals. I believe 2 of them will stick around. I believe it'll be Amari Cooper and Jeudy. But for next year, while these guys are all currently together, it's going to be a huge, huge upgrade because Amari Cooper can do what he does. David Njoku will do what he does. But between Jerry Jeudy and Elijah Moore, this is going to help out both of them, I feel, equally. Because Jeudy, a lot of people are going to say, oh, this is a guy who's going to play on the outside, which he can. He certainly can, and he can play on a high level on the outside. But Jeudy does a lot of his dirty work in the slot. And, that's what we hoped Elijah Moore could be. But Tony, when Elijah Moore played for the Browns this past year, he was actually pretty successful on the outside as well. So, for Jeudy, he's got a number 1 next to him who's going to take attention away. He's got an elite tight end on the field with him who's going to take attention away. Don't forget, you still have Nick Chubb. So I think this is Judy's comeback. I think this is Jerry Jeudy cementing himself as what he was supposed to be, being one of the top receivers in the league. And what do I mean by that? I think Jerry Jeudy hits 1,000 yards this year. I think Jerry Jeudy, he has been hovering around the 700, 800, 900 range. That's been a big conversation that he hasn't hit 1,000 yards. I think this is the year he does it. If he does not, I think he's high 900s at the minimum. And it just opens everything up.
I kind of view this as somewhat of the LeBron. Why did I stutter? The LeBron effect in basketball. Playing with LeBron opens the floor up and makes you a better player. Playing alongside Jerry Jeudy, along with Amari Cooper, David Njoku, will make Elijah Moore better. You can't guard everybody. Mm-hmm. It's going to be, someone's going to be open, and more often than not, they're going to be like, all right, let's let Elijah Moore beat us instead of Amari Cooper or Jerry Jeudy or David Njoku, or let Cedric Tillman beat us instead of the other 3. It's going to make the other wide receivers better. It's going to open up the field more, and it's going to work to the Browns' benefit, certainly, this upcoming season. And again, I love it, and I cannot be more thrilled about the acquisition of Jerry Jeudy. And I think it's a great thing for Cleveland. It's another great move by Andrew Berry, like we said earlier. The Browns are going to be just fine this upcoming season at wide receiver. And yes, like you said, it was the most important issue that they needed to address, and they perfectly addressed it with this trade. And it opens up the possibility in the draft to address other areas of need, like potentially more offensive line depth, potentially more defensive line depth, a corner, a safety, linebackers, which is going to be key. Mm-hmm. Even another running back to bring into the fold if you want. But who else should the Cleveland Browns grab? And this is someone I'm
One last thing I want to throw in real fast on Jeudy before we move on. Yes, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, and Elijah Moore all on one more year. What does that do? This is very important. They're playing for contracts. And especially, Cooper's going to do what he's going to do. But Jeudy and Elijah Moore both have something to prove. And if they want to get a bag, they have something to prove. You are going to see a lot of production, I think, out of the both of those guys. Because when money is a motivator, people act different. People try much harder. People try to be their very best. I think you're going to see both of those guys level up. Now, personally, I'd like to see Jeudy be the, like I said, Jeudy and Cooper be the guys that are kept around. But regardless, I think that's a factor that needed to be talked about.